Hi, I'm Liz.
And I'm Charlie.
And we are the Adventure Closet. And today we're...
This is Mark.
And I'm my channel name is Camp Lapidary. We're all just hanging out today.
We are. This is his rig. So come along with us.
Welcome to the Adventure Closet. I'm Liz and this is Charlie. We are two 80s and 90s kids that never lost their sense of wonder. We're all over the map, exploring wild and abandoned places, discovering rocks, geology, and history of different areas, all while living and traveling in our minivan Opal. I guess you can say our life is a mixtape of adventures. So hop in the van, hit the subscribe button, and let's go somewhere.
We've been battling with a chipmunk that has been getting in our engine compartment. And so leaving the hood up makes it a less inviting place for something to hide. We had mice get in there when we were in Colorado once, so we had to do that. We also spray pine sol as a smell deterrent, and Liz put some cayenne pepper in there as well as a deterrent because pine sol ain't keeping them away. But it was funny, I popped the hood and then I reached under to get the hood latch thing, and he started chirping at me like I was invading his space.
Mark messaged us on our satellite communicator letting us know that he isn't going to be out here until today. So we are excited for him to come out today, and then you guys can meet him if you haven't met him already. Just cutting up some tinder for our fires. It's ready to go tonight. But this stuff, combined with some pine sap, should get a fire going nicely. Pine sap trick is something we just learned from our friend Randy, and it works great. And so adding the tinder is just gonna make it better. Do you guys smell a bad joke coming? Would you swipe left or swipe right on this tinder?
A really good free fire starter is if you collect a bunch of sap. And if you go to campgrounds where a lot of people have done damage to the trees, because everybody just seems to damage trees at campgrounds for no apparent reason. Sticking their axe in them, carving them with a knife or whatever. You can collect some of the sap that's on here, like this. About that much sap will burn for a while, so it'll be pretty cool. And you just go around and collect a bunch whenever you're bored at camp, and you'll have free fire starter. And make sure that you use a knife that you really don't care about much, because it will get sticky. I better get that before it falls. You'll want to put your plastic baggie underneath, because some of the brittler stuff, well, this isn't brittle, but it'll just kind of flake up, and you just catch it in your bag. And I'll show you how to get sap off your hands in a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna get some sap on my fingers to show you this. So sap's sticky, doesn't come off very easily, but if you take some hand sanitizer, that's our broken hand sanitizer pump, and just rub the hand sanitizer on it. And I know I just did this, but you could be picking for like half an hour and still do this. Just rub hand sanitizer all over and then rinse your hands, and they're no longer sticky.
That's amazing.
It is.
Look who's here.
I just
Oh, this is awesome.
have to figure out a place to put it.
Mark built this setup. So he just put this bed in. He hasn't set up camp yet, so everything's ready to be brought out. But, ooh, he's reading a J.R.R. Tolkien, I see. Okay, awesome. There's Gypsy's bed. He has a lapidary set up in here. He can, it's a toy hauler. He can bring his motorcycle. He flips that up that I've seen in his previous videos, which you guys should go check out. And he rides his motorcycle in here. Very cool. Okay, so Charlie went to throw up the drone, and it's up here. So Mark supplied us with a rope that was neatly tied up. Hopefully we can get it back the way he had it.
Probably. I know that.
But first you don't succeed, try again. Okay, the idea is to shake this tree with that rope. Gosh.
Such ominous cracking.
I know. Oh, come on. You're shaking it good too.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think she's stuck in there. I mean,
What? Oh, that's awesome.
I'm horrible.
There, but it's wide. It was 14 millimeters wide, so
That's fine.
you're about this big.
I caught it.
So, okay.
Awesome.
So he was shaking it, it fell out, and he caught it.
I've never seen a mini.
Well, now you have.
It's so cute.
It is, isn't it?
Mark is a photographer as well, so.
I'm not a photographer.
Oh, yes, you are.
I'm a creator.
Yes,
I want to be a creator, but I'm not a photographer.
you do beautiful work. You guys definitely need to check out his channel. It's Camp Lapidary.
Camp Lapidary.
Yep.
I brought the lapidary stuff, so we're going. This is Camp Lapidary.
All right. That's the name of it.
Well, we put up our own blue sky since it's raining. It's a stormy day again.
It's another good morning. We just woke up and it rained hard last night and camp has flooded. Our breakfast table is an island. Our tarp got kind of jacked up. And there's Gypsy Dog. Good morning, puppy. So it was kind of like a game of floors lava to get to the bathroom that's over there this morning. And it looks like Camp Lapidary is already up and at 'em. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a good thing we put this tarp up.
It's just that one knot right there came loose. So I'm thinking if Mark's up to it today, we are going to go off that way and see what kind of rocks are out there. His name, Camp Lapidary, has a lot to do with what he actually does. He goes out and camps and he has a lapidary set up in his rig and he makes cabs and he sells them, and they are some of the most beautiful cabs you will see. He is very selective about the material he uses and very talented. So we're excited to do some rock hounding with him.
This coffee's not very good. What's your guys' favorite kind of coffee? Something that you can drink without creamer and stuff.
So we're kind of traipsing through the woods here by camp so that we can check out the agates. I started seeing kind of hints of agates the other day out this way, so now that we have an expert with us, we can do some hunting and hopefully bring you guys along and show you the cool stuff. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. Noticing like the kind of bird poop colored rock.
Yeah.
And it's all agate or opal seams. And the more I started moving this way, the more I was seeing.
Without using your fingers, you know.
Yeah.
What you got there? Oh yeah, it's more of that opal-y stuff. It's super white.
You know what we can do is we can cab this.
Oh really?
Sure.
Is it big enough?
Well, I see a cab in there.
All right.
There's a kite shape, natural kite shape right there. in white.
Nice. All right.
Can be difficult depending on the quality of it. I've never done anything like precious opal, just common opals, dendritic opals, and stuff like that.
So it's perfect that it just rained this morning.
Exactly, right?
Because the agate's really popping. We got this band of opal that has a layer of chalcedony on top. That's beautiful. Puffball mushroom. That's cool.
If you want to find the good stuff, you got to be on point.
Yeah. It's definitely hard to find.
It's muddy, but I think there's something halfway decent in there. And there's a piece of that you just picked up.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
That's cool.
Oh, whoop.
Okay, I think I found a cool one. And my phone is having trouble focusing.
Okay.
I don't have my spray bottle with me, of course.
I brought two, but they're all at the camp.
Right. I think I gotta take this one back to camp and clean it up too. There is a nice seam in this one. Let's see if if I can get it out. Should have brought a rock hammer. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, I'm excited to get to cleaning this stuff up so you guys can... Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Little chunk of common opal. It's beautiful. It's pure white.
You know, it's always nice just going for a walk in the woods, looking for rocks. Even if you don't find anything. I mean, we found a couple cool pieces, but it's really just being out here. It really makes it all worthwhile. Quite nice. Peaceful walk.
It's so cool how it's brecciated like that.
Yeah.
The seam of agate. And the seam goes all the way through. Mark is going to attempt to cab this for me. I really like this piece, but it was too big for us to keep. So he's going to take it home and film it. So if you want to see his work, go ahead and go on over to Camp Lapidary on YouTube and make sure you're subscribed so when that video drops, if it hasn't already, you can see his handiwork. And we'll link that channel below for you, of course, to make it easier. And here we have a love note for a rockhound. You are welcome, future campers. So these chairs that we spent like $60 a piece on at Bass Pros a while back, they have finally bit the dust. Just recently they ripped holes in the butt side, but today this completely broke. So just wanted to use this as a segue to thank you to our Patreon members. We will be able to use those funds today, or when we get back from camp, to purchase some chairs. I think we're just going to get some cheapo, like Walmart chairs or something, because it seems that it doesn't really matter how much you spend on a chair. They're going to break on you when you use them daily. So, darn it. I'm going to give you guys a little tour of camp. So, there's the stump where we left a love note for a rockhound. Here's a log where we can sit. And here's where we had our fire. And because there's lots of photographers around today, we have a time lapse going. of the weather, and our bathroom tent is over there. Here's our kitchen. We did have it under the tarp, but it flooded. Here's Opal, our home. Solar setup. And then there's Mark at Camp Lapidary setup. And another camera. And another camera. And this site is pretty big. We could fit a couple more people in here. And it would probably be smart if we moved Opal right here, because it didn't flood here, but that big rock concerns me. But yeah, that's camp. It's really beautiful and peaceful out here. Lots of wildflowers and greenery and rain. Feels like home. Oh, I guess it is home. Mark said that there's raspberries, so we're gonna go investigate. It was Mark, he was eating them. So there is raspberry bushes here, and I see some ripe ones right down there. Let's go get them. Look at that. Beautiful, nice and ripe.
This is the raspberry spot.
Yeah, it is.
I'm filming Charlie as he films Liz. It's a film
Filmception.
Now, should I be filming you guys?
You might.
Ooh.
This is definitely the raspberry spot. And the only place we've seen them around here, too.
Yeah, it's just in the rocks. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. Maybe we just like the rocks.
All right, we've got a couple raspberries here. I think I'm going to collect some other things and make a tea. So the things that I am 100% about around here is you can make tea with pine needles, and you can also use the raspberry leaves from the raspberry bush. So we're going to try a pine and raspberry combination. See this little chipmunk, but he's in the rocks. Gypsy was smelling the chipmunk, but now she's following her dad. the guys found a salamander or a newt or something.
Nope, that's a newt too.
It's got legs.
It's got
right?
legs.
Oh, look, there's another one. Right there, he's coming towards us.
Where?
It's Mark the butterfly whisperer.
Hi.
Showing us some of our calves. Or our calves. His calves.
Potential cabochons. These are just
I like that Freudian slip. Our calves.
these are just stone scraps from around the world that are potential cabochons. And
Yeah. So some dendritic opal. This I am so impressed with. And this is what kind of tiger's eye?
Maramamba tiger's eye from Australia.
It is the most beautiful tiger's eye I've seen ever. Oh, and this is that dinosaur bone I was talking about. Or this is that dinosaur bone. Let's see. Gotta get the lighting right. There it is. Beautiful. And then look at the outside.
Oh, this I remember now. This is called Pilbara jasper.
Oh, Pilbara. This stuff is so super cool. I think this was Charlie's favorite.
We lost the sun, but
Yeah.
Pilbara.
And the cup holder of your chair here.
And this one, God, it was right on the tip of my tongue a minute ago.
It's a
But I lost
type
it.
of jasper.
It's an American jasper from the same guys that dig the Blue Mountain and some of the the Willow Creek.
Okay, and this is bumblebee jasper.
Yellow jacket.
Yellow jacket. Okay. That's beautiful.
Oh, and I remember what this one is too. This is Australian chromium chalcedony.
Ooh.
So it's a chalcedony that has chromium in it.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it's a really cool rock.
Wow.
Chromium chalcedony. That's
This is
some lace agate, probably
Laguna.
Laguna lace. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's got some little crystal bugs in it. Beautiful. Some of my favorite material of his is the cocoa leaf
Cave onyx.
Cave onyx.
It's a calcite type material, but it has a name of cave onyx.
It's basically a stalactite slabbed up,
Slices of stalactite.
and it's got calcite in there and aragonite. Glowstone. Beautiful.
I'm Mark, and this is Camp Lapidary.
And that was one of my questions. Like, what inspired the name behind your channel?
Well, I started out with, I just thought, well, I wanted to do camping and I wanted to do lapidary. I wanted to combine the two out here. And it's not an easy task to do. There's so many tools and so many things to bring, and you got to have a large amount of power, electricity. And so it's been really difficult. And I have barely achieved Camp Lapidary. Only a couple times have I actually brought the grinder out and made calves in the wild.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody with a lapidary setup like you do mobily.
I saw a trailer one time that had a bunch of lapidary equipment in it, but I don't know that they went out camping. I think they just left it in the yard and used it as a shed. Mm-hmm. And that was their lapidary shed.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know what lapidary is, it's the
polishing rocks, working with stone. Mm-hmm. I don't know the dictionary definition of lapidary, but it's somebody who works with stone and makes gemstones.
He's the definition of lapidary.
Well, there's a lot of things you could in the lapidary group. You know, you got tumbling, you've got sculptures and carving and cabochons and gemstones that are faceted. That's all lapidary. Basically, I just do cabochons, but I didn't want to call it just Camp Cabochon or something. It didn't seem right.
Doesn't flow.
Camp Lapidary seemed like more inclusive, so that's why I went with Camp Lapidary.
And what is a cabochon?
A cabochon is a gemstone which is polished yet not faceted. Like a diamond would be faceted so that it glints and shines in the light, whereas a cabochon either has a very large dome or a flat dome, a polished bottom, angled sides.
So cabochons are not always just round, right? Or are they?
You can have a rectangle cabochon or a circle cabochon or a square or a triangle or any old random free form, they call it. It's just a random shape. But generally, it's a thin piece of stone, so you start out with a bigger stone and slice it up on a lapidary saw, a slab saw, and then you take the slabs and then you trim out the slabs, and then you have a small stone, a small stone, something like this, and then you can cut this into a cabochon.
Okay.
So cabochons can be big, they can be small, they can be tiny. They can be almost earring stones, ring stones, pendants, large belt buckles. I mean...
Okay.
And this isn't just your hobby, this is your business.
This is how I earn the money that I spend.
Tacos, like usual. And hatched chili peppers, like usual these days because we have a ton of them.
That's the last one.
Is that our last one?
Yeah, it's a sad day.
This is a sad day. So I got this slingshot a while back for a couple bucks and it broke after like 3 uses. And today I just used the rubber band piece to make my own. I'm still gonna fiddle with it a little more, but let's see. It's the maiden shot. It works. Heck yeah. All right, so here's a piece of rough moss agate we found in Utah. And Mark is going to put a window into it. He's going to do his lapidary magic. And we are going to give it away to one of our lucky Patreon members on our next box. We do a random giveaway. And if you're not already signed up for Patreon, now's a good time to do that. You can donate a couple bucks or more a month, and it helps keep our wheels turning. But I'm going to show you what this window looks like once he's done. Let's go see what the guys are doing at Camp Lapidary. Working away. So Mark's working on some demortierite that we gave him, and it's really mixed with a lot of clear quartz, and it's just turning out amazing. Wow.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And that purple. This is so cool.
Yeah, just to be able to do this while you're out camping.
Yeah. It looks mossy, like a purple moss in there. That's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a beautiful piece. I remember seeing it when you guys showed it originally. I was like, oh, I want that piece.
Well, now it's yours. That's awesome.
Well, I'll cut a cab out of it and make sure you get a piece.
You don't have to,
No,
but I mean, I would be
that's
delighted.
the way it works.
Okay.
That's the way it works. Nevada Rose demortierite. And so every piece is a learning experience. You know, I only had just one piece, and now this is the second piece I've ever touched.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Here's the co-pilot.
You know, kind of got a rough shape there.
Mm-hmm. That grinder makes quick work.
This is 100 grit,
Okay.
and it's a textured wheel, so it does go through the material a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
But when you're confident with what you're doing, you've done so many of these, you kind of know your limit there.
Now on this shape, the part I don't like is that this part needs to come more curved in over here. It's kind of awkward.
Okay.
So I'll just... All right. This is the top because it has an interesting feature.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be the top.
Oh, yeah.
Do you use a jeweler's loop at all?
I have one, but it's 10x magnification, and that's overkill.
That is so cool. I love the character in the sodalite.
Liz is out there cooking in the hail. Making a chili mac?
Yep, chili mac, jalapenos, rigatoni noodles, diced sweet potatoes, a can of chili beans, a can of tomato sauce, some chili spices. I'm gonna add some fake meat.
And Camp Lapidary is making some cabs, and I am resting my back in the van because my back is acting up again. But it's not as bad as it was, so that's a good thing. Is there a bug on here? Get out, bug. These some of these trees are just covered in mating pine beetles. And other pine beetles too.
And in the wild, there's a photographer. What do you want?
I want to make some breakfast. How?
Okay, fine. Good morning.
Good morning. Just traipsing through the forest, following some animal trails.
We're taking turns this morning. Mark and Gypsy went for a little hike into the woods and found some really cool rocks and stuff. And we held down the fort. And now Mark's holding down camp. Well, we're taking a walk into the woods. It's kind of a hot day, so it's nice to be in the shade of the trees. It's so beautiful out here.
You can definitely tell that this is a well-used path for animals. Everything is all short and middle and trampled down. And there's like places just off the side where animals have bedded down. Now we've come to a big meadow. I don't know.
Saw a deer go through.
Check out that view. That's a nice one. Looks like we're leaving this meadow here, and then there's another meadow over here.
It's a cool rock. It's got a bunch of druzy and jasper and agate. Almost looks like quartzite on this side.
Yeah. It's all sparkly. You can't really see it on camera much, but it's nice. There you go.
It's a great campsite here. Might get a little muddy in the rain, but you gotta have a lot of clearance to get to it because the road is rutted to get to it. Big piece. There's a bug in there. See if I can make it dazzle.
This rock has a couple layers of what looks to be red jasper going through it, but I don't know if that's jasper. That might be the barite looking stuff that Liz was finding. Because if you look, you can see how it's got some red layers going through. Right there. And that piece, that's cool. It's got some like red jasper going through, and then it's got some concretions in it. They look like they have geode potential. Interesting. There's an exposed piece of the red ladybug.
Who put my name in that tree?
You're in this tree too.
What?
With Lurdy.
With Lurdy? That's Liz and Lurdy?
Liz and Lurdy, 2014.
I wanted to share with you. I thought maybe I could eat cheese.
That would have been so delicious.
So Mark was so kind to bring all these jalapenos and stuff to make poppers, and they look beautiful. They smell
crispy.
beautiful. But we can't eat the bacon or the cream cheese. But thank you, Mark. That was very thoughtful of you.
Next time I'll bring vegan bacon.
Vegan bacon. Okay, a couple things. So we left a love note for Rockhound, and we found this, Mark found this piece of white opal out in this area. It was off that way, and he capped it up. I wish I would have got a shot of what it looked like before. I might have, but you got a sneak peek of what I was going to show you next. I can't wait to show you guys this. Hold on. This glassy agate here is an agate I found in Vernal, Utah, and Mark offered to shine it up, and that he did. And we're going to include this in our next giveaway for our Patreon members, which we do random giveaways, and we'll spin the wheel, the Decision Maker 5000, and some extremely lucky winner is going to get this piece. This agate is absolutely beautiful. We're actually going to send coordinates to Mark so he can go see if he can find some more. He was pretty happy with the material. So can't wait to give this to somebody on Patreon. Well, that was aggressive. We've had a campfire every single night we've been here, and this is our last one.
Yeah,
Sad. And it's been raining on us.
it has.
Mark's making a burrito, and he's hoping that by the time he's done making a burrito that it will have stopped raining. And I think it worked because it's not raining this instant. Do you feel raindrops?
No.
Okay. So making a burrito is the anti-rain dance.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know.
Seems legit.
Yeah. These are the kind of facts you get on the Adventure Closet.
Yep. These are straight facts.
Mm-hmm. Facts you can count on.
Little rainbow above the fire.
Nearly 10,000 feet high up in Utah's Uintah Mountains is a little patch of pines, scattering a meadow of tall grass and wildflowers. This was home for an entire week. Off the grid and without cell signal, we spent our time getting to know a new friend and his adorable companion, Gypsy. Though we were strangers to each other at first, we instantly bonded over shared passions. Nights were spent by the fire telling stories of adventures and discussing videography. The days were for exploring nature, finding pretty stones, and simply just enjoying camping in the wild. All this time spent together, and only now do I realize we were just talking shop the whole time, discussing the elements of our common work, and it hit me. We have finally built a life we don't need a vacation from. Good morning.
One last breakfast before we go. We gotta clean up camp. Mm-hmm. Even in van life, you gotta clean the bathroom every once in a while. Dang it. And now that we're done cleaning up camp, it's time for the sweep through. Make sure we didn't leave anything behind. Nothing's on the roof. Tires are good. And leave camp better than you found it. There's a pile of stuff that I dug out of the fire pit when I got here from people before. I'm packing out of here. Bye!
We want to thank our new friend Mark and Gypsy for agreeing to meet up with us and making this time so magical, and for sharing your talents with us. We will see you down the road for more adventures to come. We just can't wait.
Well, that was fun.
That was so much fun.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out on Patreon, and we'll see you next time.
Bye now.
Bye now.